Just 3 weeks before the July the 7th terrorist attack, London Underground held its major annual training exercise. It's designed to test the response of the emergency services to a serious incident, but for now it's come to a halt.
I guess the only issue for me was that you were just allowed to leave the station effectively with no details being taken, which I would have thought would have been unusual in an incident of this size. But other than that, we were dealt with very quickly. So we're off again. We'll probably get evacuated again now then.
One of the services didn't fully follow the meticulous protocols of reporting in, but the exercise is now underway again. The emergency response unit has been called into action. They've got to find and remove a dummy placed under the train as soon as possible.
This particular situation, the person was trapped under just one set of wheels, so all we have to do is actually lift up one complete axle. Being underneath a train, there's lots of sharp objects that can hurt you at any one time. There's around about 9 inches of room on most trains that you can sort of guarantee. A train carriage is approximately 25 tonnes, and we use jacks, hydraulic pneumatic jacks, which allow us to lift the whole of the train up in various positions. Every incident is different, and every time I went to a one under, I always had butterflies in my stomach.
Just to let you know, yeah, still heavy traffic, Fallen Broadway, very noisy, fans coming through now, both colours over. No problems at all. It's busy, it's noisy, but no grief.
At Edgware Road, the judge, Jeff Ellis, has arrived.
The tub here painted yellow, the circle line. That one over there is pink for the Hammersmith and City line. It really is amazing. Mohammed has to water all these flowers every day, and he does it with one watering can that he has to keep filling up in the toilet and coming out here. I mean, the commitment and the enthusiasm just to keep it all going. Professional gardeners would never take on a task like this and get this result. It's freezing cold in the winter, it's like a greenhouse in the summer, and I've never seen geraniums 7 foot, 8 foot tall. I mean, the man is amazing. He really is amazing.
Non-stop.
Well, it obviously works. You can come and work for me on the Central,
and he's got a nice garden.
And I'll give you lots of gardens up at Loughton and places like that. Got wonderful gardens. Come and work for me, Mohammed.
Okay. Give me a job on SMF.
I'm on my way.
The exercise has ended, and the ERU are reflecting on how it went.
8 minutes for that, that's not a time.
Well, it was pretty realistic where it was positioned and all that, you know, and the only unrealistic bit about it was the time that it took for us to actually clear people off the carriage so we could actually start jacking it up.
We're told to wait round there, we're told to wait here, we go downstairs, we're told to wait there. There's someone underneath the train, and we're still told to wait.
So it's really the waiting.
It's silly.
It didn't seem realistic.
Yeah, well, it can't, can it?
No.
There were the usual complaints about we weren't treated for an hour or something like that. But I tried to explain to them that it's an exercise. And
some senior managers are even more critical.
I think one of the problems with these things, just looking around this room, there's too many observers. There's too many people that are not involved that get in the way, because I was one of those at certain times, right? And I think that makes it more unrealistic than it need be.
On the downside, guys on the gate were first of all pointed out as guys to the BTP and then back to the LU. So, a bit of confusion there.
Yes, there are a number of learning points, but I think that's why we do these. I would rather make mistakes on days like this than when we really have a major problem.
Well done, mate. I'll be in touch.
Different agencies had their own version of events. It's better to have these points raised now than afterwards when we can say, oh, what happened there? Why did that happen? Well, I raised that item last time we had a major exercise and nothing's been done. So at least it shows people when they do get heated and do get passionate that they care.
It's back to real life for the ERU. where they spend long 12-hour shifts waiting to be called out. Here at Acton is the largest store of spares and equipment needed to maintain the tube network. Keith Piggott is the store's manager.
If you picture the work that we carry out in the ERU, we have everything here from the polo shirt they wear to the washing up liquid they use in the kitchen, to the fish plates on the track, to the heavy plant and equipment. That is your standard 20-ton jack. That, or you won't want to carry it too far, is a 30-ton jack, predominantly for battery locos. I have spreaders, where if you close them, it will pull the train. Press the button, push. Press the button, pull.
Wembley Park, yeah? Yeah? Wembley Park. No, I'm serious. They've got a report from the TRV, which is the track recording vehicle, and it's gone through there and it's picked up what they call a wheel unload, which is basically a dip in the track. And they're going to put in a speed restriction until they close the traffic tonight, and then they get someone down there and they repair it later.
Now, TSR works in a strict way. A flasher, such as this, will go down on the track in the forward, which is within the two running rails. So the driver will immediately see this flashing, and you'll think, a problem. He will look up. Further down the track, one of these will be placed.
It's quite simple, really. The train approaches where the problem is. It's alerted by the flashing lights, and then he then knows that there's going to be a speed restriction and tell him what speed he can go at.
On it will be the speed as decreed by the engineering instructions as to how fast that train should proceed.
Do you want the 10s or not? No. Apparently so. It's taken me an hour to get here. Yeah. Hour. Oh, no, there's nothing to get you safe out here. As you can see, the train's going at 10 mile an hour. There's 100% wheel unload on the crossing down there. They put flashes in at the top so the train driver can see it, knows there's a speed restriction. And then the trains will slow down at 10 mile an hour until they passed over the restriction.
She won't pick up speed again now until she sees the T, and that means that the back of the train is over the danger area.
And at that point, once the last carriage of his train has gone past that, he can then revert back to normal line speed for that particular section of track. And that is a TSR.
Yeah, so mate, it's this job done now.
Most of the ERU's work is emergency track repairs, but it's jobs like these that keep passengers safe and the tube moving. The crowds are in a hurry to get home after a draw between Chelsea and Liverpool. Tempers are beginning to fray as fans block up the entrance to Fulham Broadway station.
BX receiving serial 101.
Ray Jiggins is concerned that things might get out of hand. Managing huge and potentially volatile crowds can be like walking a tightrope. One small misjudgment can lead to a major incident. Ray's decided it's safe to let the frustrated fans make their way to the tube station.
All it was where the cordon went in place, it didn't go right the way across.
All coppers
so the 75% that held obviously want to go home, and they're complaining because some people are getting through the cordon.
The ERU remain on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. For them, like all the emergency services, exercise dartboard at Tower Hill was a crucial and timely test for what was to come only a few weeks later.
With dartboard, that was just one train at one station, one incident. Little did we know then 3 to 4 weeks later on 7/7 that we'd then be dealing with 3 trains, 3 incidents at 3 sites, and so all of a sudden we're working with the same people doing the same situation but 3 times over. So we was very, very pushed. But the guys from my unit pulled through. We've come down a bit now and we're starting to get back to normal, but normal's emergency for us. I cannot fault any of my guys for whatever they've done, and also sort of like the rest of the emergency services. For me personally, sort of being in charge of this unit is sort of one of the proudest moments of my life.
Hello, Mr. Control Room.
Next time, at Brixton, Frenchie has to deal with a security alert.
That situation down there, it's very dangerous for us.
And Mandy's training is put to the test.
Just relax, just relax.
A honeymooning couple managed to win Jane over tonight in a bid to make their flight. But what works for some doesn't work for others, it would seem. For battles at the boarding gate, tune in to Sky Real Lives for Airline at 8 tonight.